going to need a little help. The show actually takes place on 2 stages. The one right here, and the one right behind you. You can turn around and look and say hi to Andrew. Hi, Andrew! Hi. All right, good job, kids. Now, so that you know when to turn around, we're going to have a secret question. Ooh. All right, so whenever you hear someone ask the question, you're going to turn around. Now, the question is, where does the sidewalk end? And when you hear someone say this, you're going to turn around and say, there's where the sidewalk ends! All right, so let's give it a try. Where does the sidewalk end?
There's where the sidewalk ends!
Good job, kids!
Hey! So, if you are a dreamer, come in. If you are a dreamer, a wisher, a liar, a hoper, a prayer, a magic bean buyer, if you are a pretender, come sit by the fire, for we have some flax golden tales to spin. Come in, come in! Where does the sidewalk end?
There's where the sidewalk ends!
You kids are getting good at this. All right, we're about to start. Our first sketch is called Gorilla. All right, now, where did everyone go? They must be at the sidewalk. Where does the sidewalk end?
There's where the sidewalk ends.
She's coming, the farmer said to the owl. Oh, what shall I do? Shall I bow when she comes? Shall I twiddle my thumbs? The owl asked, who? The queen, the queen.
Since I brought my gorilla to school, everyone's nicer to me. The teacher's more pleasant, the kids bring me presents, the principal serves me bread muffins and tea. If I'm tardy, they say,
oh, don't worry.
If I'm absent, they don't give a hoot. If my desk is a mess, or I'm sloppily dressed, or I snooze on my desk, or I cheat on a test, they say,
isn't that cute?
If I don't know my lessons, I just take a guess, and whatever I guess, the teacher screams out,
that's right.
And Big Bully Slick, he's been staying home sick, afraid that I'll trick him right into a fight. I am welcome to munch upon anyone's lunch. And I was just voted
most clever and cool.
Though I chew gum and play, my report card's all A's since the day I first brought my gorilla to school.
Where does the sidewalk end?
There's where the sidewalk ends.
Me and him and me. We're always together. As you can see, I wish he'd leave so I'd be free. Getting a little bit tired of he.
And he may be a bit bored with me.
On movies,
and ladies, we cannot agree.
I like to dance, he
loves to ski.
I like the mountains.
I love the sea.
I drink hot chocolate, he wants his
tea.
I want to sleep, he has to pee. He's meaner and duller and fatter than me.
But I guess there's worse things we could be.
Instead of 2,
we could be 3.
Me and him, him and me.
If the world were crazy, you know what I'd eat?
A big slice of soup and a whole quart of meat.
A lemonade sandwich, and then I might try some some roasted ice cream and a bicycle pie.
A nice notebook sandwich, an underwear roast.
An omelet of hats and some crisp cardboard toast. A thick malted milk made from pencils and daisies.
And that's what she'd eat if the world was crazy. If the world was crazy, you know what I'd wear?
A chocolate suit and a tie de claire.
Some marshmallow earmuffs, some licorice shoes, and I'd read a paper of peppermint news.
I'd call the boy Susie and call the girls Harry.
I'd talk through my ears, and I always would carry a paper umbrella for when it grew hazy.
To keep in the rain if the world was crazy!
If the world
crazy, you know what I'd do? I'd walk on the ocean and swim in my shoe. I'd fly through the ground, I'd skip through the air, I'd run down the bathtub and bathe on the stair. When I met somebody, I'd say, "Goodbye, Joe." And when we were leaving, then I'd say, "Hello." And the greatest of men would be silly and lazy.
So you would be king? If the world was crazy.
Where does the sidewalk end?
There's where the sidewalk ends.
Thank you all for coming. On the night in question, it was just another normal night for the Mungry family.
It's dinner time, Hungry Mungry.
Hungry Mungry sat at supper, took his knife and spoon and fork, ate a bowl of mushroom soup, ate a slice of roasted pork, ate a dozen stewed tomatoes, 27 deviled eggs, 15 shrimps, 9 baked potatoes, 32 fried chicken legs, a shank of lamb, a boiled ham, 2 bowls of grits, some black-eyed peas, 4 chocolate shakes, 8 angel cakes, 9 custard pies with Munster cheese, 10 pots of tea, and after he had eaten all that he was able, he poured some broth on the tablecloth and ate the kitchen table. His parents said,
"Hungry Mungry, stop these silly jokes."
Mungry opened up his mouth and he ate his folks. And then he went and ate his house, all the bricks and wood. And then he ate up all the people in the neighborhood. Up came 20 angry policemen shouting, "Stop and cease!" Mungry opened up his mouth and he ate the police. Soldiers came with tanks and guns, said Mungry.
They can't harm me.
He just smiled and licked his lips. And then he ate the U.S. Army. "I don't know, but I've been told somebody." The president sent all his bombers. Mungry still was calm. Put his head back, gulped the planes, and gobbled up the bomb. He ate his town and ate the city. He ate and ate and ate and ate, and then he said,
I think I'll eat the whole United States.
And so he ate Chicago first and munched the water tower, and then he chewed on Pittsburgh, but he found it rather sour. He ate New York and Tennessee and all of Boston town, then drank the Mississippi River just to wash it down. And when he'd eaten every state, each puppy, boy, and girl, he wiped his mouth upon his sleeve and went to eat the world. He ate the Egypt pyramids, and every church in Rome, and all the grass in Africa, and all the ice in Nome. He ate each hill in green Brazil, and then to make things worse, he decided for dessert he'd eat the universe. He started with the moon and stars, and as soon as he was done, he gulped the clouds, he sipped the wind, and gobbled up the sun. Then, sitting there in the cold, dark air, he started to nibble his feet, then his legs, then his hips, then his neck, then his lips, till he sat there just gnashing his teeth, 'cause nothing was left to eat.
I'll tell you the story of Jimmy Jett, and you know what I tell you is true. He loved to watch his TV set, almost as much as you. He'd watch all day, he'd watch all night, till he grew pale and lean, from the early show to the late show, and all the shows between.
He watched till his eyes were frozen wide, and his bottom grew to a chair, and his chin turned into a turning dial, and an antenna grew out of his hair, and his brains turned into TV tubes, and his face to a TV screen. And 2 knobs saying birth and horse grew where his ears had been. And he grew a plug that looked like a tail, and so he plugged in Little Jim. And now, instead of him watching TV, we all sit around and watch him.
Tonight on JJTV, we have one question. Where does the sidewalk end?